Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's good? Great morning, guys. October 2nd. Let me get this light on so y'all can see me really good. All right, cool. Here we go. So I decided, let me see. I'm going to jump on because I'm up this morning and man, lot going on in the world, lot going on in the country, lot going on in society. So it is just our duty as individuals to, of course, stay prayed up, making sure we in the right headspace, we in the good mind space, we in the good spirit space to just pretty much keep ourselves free from all of the distractions, negativity, and things that's not serving us well, that's not helping us to elevate. That means persons, places, and things. Because one thing's for certain, you want to stay away from what's not serving you well. Um, just that few of those. I mean, I got probably more on the way, nuggets of wisdom to give y'all, but that's just something I wanted to start out with because I find that we overwhelm ourselves, our spirit and our mind with so much around us because we want to soak up everything. If it means keeping yourself away from people, then so be it. Stay away from people. Especially man, I could tell you right now, like I've had folks that that pretty much said some things and did things that whether I was unaware of it or aware of it, and it was just quite damning. It's like, okay, say things about you, say things in front of your face. Of course, say things that are very untrue, of course, and then, expect that, their behavior is okay. And, oh, well, you're going to be okay with it. You're just going to ride with it. Well, no, I'm not going to ride with any form of disrespect. And even with that, it's a distraction. I mean, look, if people want to tell the truth about some things, they want to tell the truth. That's fine. I don't have a problem with people, a true friend anyway, or true associates, true people who totally get you are going to, display, give you that criticism in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that's much more healthy than speaking behind your back. You know what I mean? Like, if you could say it up front to me, then you pretty much, I mean, I don't know. It's how you want to take that. Um, but yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like every day of our lives, and we, like I said, I'm thankful and grateful for the utmost to be alive, to be up this morning. Um, what reason am I up early? I get up because I have the time to do so, and if I'm and when I'm not working, I'm working. If that makes sense, having a job, and you work a certain shift, overnight shift. You lend that free time to pretty much work. And I'm talking about working on things that um, you got going on. You know, your endeavors, whatever art, writing, poetry, literary works, the whole nine. Even with your podcasting space, even working on some form of project, um, home projects. I feel like that those are jobs that you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you find something needs fixing around the house, you have to do that. I don't, that's a job that's guaranteed. But I mean, if I'm talking about working on projects, numerous projects at that, you know what I'm saying, literary projects, like several of the great artists that I'm even working with. A lot of them too. They lend their time to build more on their music, build, put out quality music. That's what it's about. So this is what I'm saying. It goes without saying that excuse me, these things is what we must give our time to. Um, don't get too caught up in the distractions. It's like I said, especially with people. I mean, when you connect with people, may your conversations, your interactions with them be about business. May it be about whatever it is that you're working on and it pertains to that. Make sure of that. You definitely should make sure of that it pertains to that. Yes, absolutely. You have to make sure it pertains to that because you don't want to you don't want to miss a step with that. So like if you're studying for a class, you're studying for something, um whatever the subject you're taking up in school or whatever like that, you want to give all of your focus and attention on those things. These are things that can elevate us, that can bring us to where we want to be. Consistency is key, pretty much. I mean, I don't have to tell most people that, man, when it comes to working on your craft, whatever that is, I mean, you just can't have nothing in the way of that. Like I said, and you're going to have disagreements with people. That comes with life, right? But the arguing, the bickering back and forth, what I'm saying, like the whole negative energy with that. And once I see what kind of person you are, once I know that, once I can see what kind of person you are, and you show that and you display that to me, then it's more of fuel for me to just like distance myself, isolate myself from you. See, I'm one of them unique Aquarius because there's Aquariuses that are all different kinds of ways. Like we have multiple ways of dealing with things. I think that Aquarius have definitely similarities, but I'm the kind of Aquarius that I don't even give you a full warning when I'm about to distance from you, when I'm isolating. I just do it. I don't announce it. I don't say anything. Um, in today's world, this generation, they call it ghosting. I don't necessarily use that term, ghosting. I just pretty much I'm old school with it. Um, I just pretty much just go with the usual. I mean, there's to me there's I mean there's a term for everything, but just me is just I'll just isolate. I'll isolate. I'll hibernate from the bullshit basically. I'll hibernate from that. I don't. If my time and focus needs to be on what it needs to be on, I don't got time for that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it will hinder your focus. It will. It will hinder your focus. People think that, man, people think that, it is a part of life, agreements and all that. But this is where I have to say that, you know, in order for me to get things done, I'm going to get it done myself and alone. And it's not really an ego thing, whatever. Um, I was going to also touch on something else, but I had, I hate that when I have the thought in my head and then it just disappears that fast. Um, but that's the same thing with, I guess if we want to say with someone on the phone. Consistency is key, like I said. When someone texts me, consistency is key. Communication, it, you should be consistent with communication. That goes without saying. I mean, people, make like they're just really so busy. If I'm important and you want me a part of your itinerary, then that's ways that I can see that I'm a part of your itinerary. Listen, not all the time we're not going to be with each other 24/7. It's just the reality of that. We're not going to be with each other 24/7. We're not. Um, you know, I could talk to my sister on the phone, and my sister would say to me that, hey, I may, need your assistance, to pick up, my niece from school. I said, sis, I'm a phone call away. All you just say the word, and I'm there. I got you. You know, I'll be glad to do that. I mean, I guess if you just leave that open, if you just, but it's of course her duty to take care of her daughter because being as though she's a mother, and she's a good mother at that. A lot of my sisters, I have four sisters. Two of my sisters, they have children. They're good mothers. You know what I mean? My sisters, man, they're a pain in the ass, but they're still good mothers, good women. Um, and I mean, like I said, me being the brother, being the older brother, you know what I mean? If they need me, I'm there. That goes without saying. We may have our differences, but one thing's for certain: if they really need me and they reach out to me, I'm there. And that's pretty much how I approach it with with regular everyday people. If you really need me, I'm here. Um, Sometimes that can be misconstrued, misconstrued, especially when we're talking about a woman to man relationship or a man to woman relationship. Um, don't confuse things. The thing is, you know, and I can only speak for myself when I say this. When I do have female friends, you know what I mean, and I do build with a lot of females, on things. Of course, business associations, stuff of that matter. You know, things can be misconstrued. At the end of the day, it's all business, right? Especially when you're around those certain circles. It's all business. It's not about, flirting and doing all of that stuff. When we take the pictures and, you know, we, um, you know, we are part of the social circles, those business circles. Taking pictures, being in the moment and stuff like that is what it's about. It's about that. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? Because you want to bask in the moment. You want to bask in the moment. Of course, is there a lot of beautiful women that are always around you? Always. I mean, listen. I don't shy away from complimenting others and stuff like that because listen, I'm secure with myself and secure with the fact that I have a beautiful woman myself. I've been married for 14 years, so me having a beautiful woman and me telling her every day that she's beautiful, kiss her on the cheek or the forehead and send her on her way. Whether she's on her way to work or school, whatever. Like I'm secure with that. I'm secure with building these type of friendly, these friendly associate, the friendly relationships. I mean, it's not always is everything friendly, but you know what I mean. Like it's like okay, showing affection and showing love to others. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes, like I said, it could be misconstrued. Certain things being said, and it's just I feel like your hair is nice today. Today, your hair is nice. You know what I mean? You look beautiful today. You know what I'm saying? You that's a lovely dress that you have on. I mean, it's man, it's come to the point where it's like, man, we can't say nothing at all. And I can tell you that, this is not my experience, but I've witnessed other um coworkers go through these things. That's why, just making, compliments. I mean, we want for people to feel good at their jobs, right? We want each other to feel good at their jobs. So I mean, like, why not give someone a compliment, whatever like that. But I guess, it's taken out of context. So that's just one of the many other distractions. I mean, unless, if in fact, you just want me to just keep my mouth shut, don't say nothing, and I'm shoot, I'm one that can stay focused on whatever it is I'm doing. I will pay you no mind. That's just the kind of person I am. But then you have other people that fish so much for attention that they want you to pay them mind. So if you don't pay them no mind, that really bothers them. It's almost it sounds similar to those folks that need some type of excitement or drama or looking for that. And believe me, those kind of people, I definitely stay away from. I definitely stay away from those type of people that want attention and always about drama. And always listen to what they even tell you too. And this is not necessarily to coworkers. This could be for people, regular everyday people that you even meet. Um, like I said, pay attention always to what people say because my interactions with people and first impressions always are always built like this. It's built like this. The first thing I would love to know about a person is, you know, maybe their story, their background, like what they got going on. Because I mean, that's how you're building a relationship, right? Because you need to find out what's you're trying to find out like about them like that's it like the same vice versa too with me as well like you know um some people might say sell yourself or whatever like that but I don't know what some people may mean by that sometimes because I would hear that a lot but you pretty much give them your story you tell you pretty much just yeah, like we're having a discussion. We're having a conversation. We're communicating with each other. So when I build a relationship, I like to know what people have going on. And then when they start, telling me about internal stuff, things that I do not need to know, or if they tell me something and they mention something, and I'm like, oh, okay. And if it sounds a little, crazy or outlandish or something, or whatever it is, then those are the folks that, I gotta distance myself from. Um, it's all a part of life, man. It's all a part of life. It's all a part of life. You know, when we're building with people, we're having an interaction with a person. You know what I mean? It's all up to you always. You're gonna have people that's not gonna like you, and a lot of times people are gonna not like you for no reason. They just gonna not like you because of maybe how you look, or maybe you don't realize it, but then you made them feel some kind of way that you just really trying to figure like, huh, like what the hell did I do? And you actually didn't do anything. It's just something within them. You'll come to find that human beings, we have insecurities, man. We have insecurities that's not obvious. We have insecurities that are not obvious at all. Yep. So that's why I say, like, people tend to always show you better than they can tell you, and vice versa. They can always tell you better than they can show you. Because I've had people divulge information, divulge some things about themselves to me, and I'm like, that's interesting. Yeah, all right. So I just know how to deal with it. I know how to deal with it. I know. Okay, what's an example? Okay, all right. You're interacting with a group of men. You know what I'm saying? We're all buddies. We all might have worked together, or we're hanging out, right? There might be two out of that bunch that you're getting to know those guys. You know what I'm saying? And then they start going off about a whole bunch of things that sounds very crazy and outlandish. And I'm talking about really going there to where their lifestyle, what they're about, is pretty much the opposite of what you're about. So that right there is where, yeah, screener tests, and they tell me everything that I need to know right there. What I mean? Like I have a saying. I don't count pockets. I do character studies. I don't count pockets. I do character studies. A person's monetary status does not mean anything to me. A person's monetary status does not mean anything to me. I'm dead serious on this. A person's monetary status does not mean a thing to me. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. It don't mean a thing to me. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't mean a thing to me. There are a-holes and d-heads and who of any type of status. You're going to come to find though that yes, people with money do move differently. They should anyway move differently than those without money. But to be honest with you, people with money, people without money, listen, you bleed the same way. You bleed the same way I bleed. So there is no reason not to put y'all in the same box. It's, listen, at the end of the day, human beings and human beings were flawed. We're flawed whether we have or we have not, right? So for me, I mean, you definitely will find that when a person has the means, they're wealthy, or whatever. They come from means. They come from, you know, they have, they're the part of the haves group, right? You'll come to find that yes, they're much more jovial. They're much more passionate about things. They're much more. They will avert themselves. They you yeah, but then that's also something that you have to pay close attention to, because also too, because they have the means, they can do a lot more with their means. Whereas a person that is a part of the have-nots, you know, things are intensified. That's not to say that they're not passionate about things, because it's almost like the same thing as the haves group, but it's just that things are more tensed. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes we're fueled by desperation. Um, yeah. So when I don't count pockets, I do character studies. That just only means that, I'm checking out who I'm associating myself with. I'm checking out what they do and what they say. I'm expecting that people are doing the same thing with me too, of course. That's why I try to um, put myself out there as someone who's sincere, authentic, and genuine. And maybe, that might come off a bit wayward or wrong to some people. I mean, everybody's not going to receive you well. They're not going to receive you the same way. And that's okay too. You just know that what's been done is it's been a favor for you. The universe in itself has done a favor for you by allowing for this person to reveal themselves in front of you without you even asking, without you even making an effort. They've revealed themselves in front of you. So, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I know how to deal with this. I know how to I know how to take the person, you know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about person, places, and things, I mean, let me see. Places, right? If a certain environment is not to your liking, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I don't know about, doing this such and such in this space, or I don't know about being in this particular area. Well, then you choose another area, that feels better for you. That that was having a deep conversation with a brother about this too. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that he divulged to me about um, areas, hostile areas, being in the, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is not the right setting, then you choose a different setting. You choose a different setting as the backdrop to like how you want to feel. What do I mean by that? Don't hang out at the bars anymore. Don't do all of those things. Go to the park. Go to the park and drink a lot of water. You know what I'm saying? Put lemon and whatever citrusy fruits in your water, and take a jog. I mean, let your extra let your extracurricular activities be more about bettering yourself, if that makes sense. I mean, if I want to drink liquor or something like that, I can do that at home. I'll have an occasional fruit wine or something like that, just to chill out, just to, mellow out and stuff like that. But, I don't necessarily have to be at a bar to have a great time, or, I don't have to do that. So this is what I'm saying. Um, yeah, persons, places, or things. Hmm. Yeah. So, um, wow. Um, Lost my train of thought there for a little bit. But it's the process of building the life that you want for yourself, the process of building the life that is going to give you that peace of mind, that that peace of mind, that peace in spirit. It's going to give you that solace. you know, um, you might have to isolate from a lot of things. Some people can thrive. See, some people can thrive in a lot of excitement. They need a lot of. That's just the same as like you have some people that love the countryside versus the ones that like the city, or like some people that like the town, or like to go farther out. Into the wilderness somewhere or be a part of nature. And then you have those that like the city. They like excitement. They like to be. You have some that people that like crowds. Where you have others that don't like to be around a lot of people and a lot of crowds. Um, I think that I'm kind of like a, a dual personality, because I will challenge myself to be around people just to see how I fit. I would do that. And like I said, I don't count pockets. I do character studies. So for me, everything is not an experiment. Of course not. But again, me challenging myself to be around or be around settings that I wouldn't normally be around and to do things that I wouldn't normally do. You know what I mean? Just like recently, I was invited to a what was going on? I was invited to this soiree that was at a club, and I don't necessarily do clubs and I don't do bars either. But this soiree, this was a few years back though. And this setting though, it was actually mature. It was actually honoring, business. It was honoring business entrepreneurs, people that's moving and shaking in this, throughout the city. And those type of settings, I don't pretty much see. I was kind of like I wouldn't use the word shy, but I was like kind of like the stay to yourself type of person. You know what I mean? Like I was like that at work. I always stay to myself. If I have to talk to you, or if you want to hold a conversation with me, I wouldn't I wouldn't cut you off, whatever. But I mean, of course, if the conversation went right, of course, I would have to totally like, yeah, we yeah, like I wouldn't even. I would may have to tell you flat out, like, oh, yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I'm good. I'll talk to you later, or whatever, like that. Phone conversations, I could easily do that. I'm good at ignoring stuff, texts and calls. I'm good at ignoring that. I will tell anybody that flat out. Um, because you don't know like what went with what a person's going through. A person that's on that other line, they're probably just calling because they're thinking about you, and that's what crosses my mind. A person that calls me, they're probably thinking about me. They probably have me on their brain. But if they want to consistently talk about the job, or talk about a certain someone or something, and I'm just not in that headspace to be talking about that all day. You know what I mean? Like I'm not in that headspace to be talking about those things. I just want to be left alone when it comes to that. Now maybe I may entertain the thought when I feel like it, but then entertaining too much of that is a distraction within itself. because it's like, all right, I don't want to continue talking about this. And you could just let the person down without really, being too, well, I mean, you have to be stern and forthright, I guess, but I don't want to, yeah, you got to try to just let them down a little easy, I guess. You don't want to be too hard. But, yeah, I don't necessarily subscribe to talking about negative things when I'm on the phone. So I'm good at ignoring phone calls. I'm good at ignoring texts, especially when I know what kind of person you are. See, you may not know it, but like I said, that goes back to what I was saying about people divulging things about themselves without you even having to ask. They divulge things about themselves. They tell you everything that you need to know about their personality and what kind of person they are. So that's why I just don't. I'm good at isolation. I'm good at, you know, averting my attention, my focus on what I need to avert and to, vote my focus to. Because, like I said, these things, people, they say all kinds of stuff. People do all kinds of things. It's up to me to just keep my focus where it needs to be and not concern myself with, yeah, keep my focus where it needs to be. Like I said, especially when you are studying in school, especially when you are studying for a license of any kind, or like real estate, or a license, a certification for something, some type of training, and you taking a course for that. You know what I mean? You're trying to improve and better yourself. Your environment, yourself, your circumstances. So, you ain't got no time. You ain't got no time to be wrapping yourself up in other people's mess and stuff like that. Even though, even though we do find it easy to do that, but you want to really, really, really concentrate on what really needs to be concentrated on, and not be wrapped up in all that other stuff. Um, yeah. So, like I said, um, I just wanted to come on here, man, and build on those things, because I come to find that, it's just a thought. Like things, it just was a thought, because and I'm just ever so grateful. Like always, ever so grateful and thankful. So when I'm grateful and I'm thankful to God, and I'm in a fortunate situation, even if sometimes things can be hard, or be tough at times. It's just, I just feel like, wow, man, like I'm really, this is really, I really need to just take full advantage of. I really need to take full advantage of what I'm grateful and I'm thankful for. So if I'm given the opportunity to, um, if I'm given any kind of opportunity to better myself, pretty much, then I'm going to take full advantage of that. And it's going to need all of my attention. So if somebody got something else going on over here and it's not pertaining to what I'm doing over here, yes, you do have you can let them down easy. Like, look, I'm focused on this over here. I had to get back with you. I have to get back with you about that at another time. I can't right now. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. It's that real. It's that real. Like I said, it's really that real. Um, yeah. So yeah. All right. I just wanted to just drop in on here. Didn't have really, nothing, in particular to actually talk about. I could save that for a later time or whatever. I mean, there are some things coming up um in the next few days, mainly the, tomorrow, or the day after that, the rest of the week. But of course, I'll be popping in with an announcement or two, and you'll know because when I'm ready to do something, I'll announce it beforehand. That's how I always do when it comes to advertising and putting it out there. I will, yeah, like I use IG, mainly. So what I'll do is I'll create posts that's around that, and post up. I'll post up I'll post up the I'm saying I'll post up. Well, I'll put up the post, because I'm good at just putting together putting together posts and stuff like that. So like with IG, you use like stuff like the Canva app, where you can just pretty much put together some kind, like you get templates, and you put together the ad or whatever images you want to copy or paste to that, and then that's that. So that's how I do things. When it comes to this thing, man, when whatever your business, um, your ideas are, whatever it is, your platform or whatever, you pretty much can do things all on your own. You can. I mean, if that's the approach that you choose to take with something, that's your choice. Some people do feel the need to have others working for them. It's about taking a different approach to something. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it quits now. Um, I just wanted to jump on here and just shoot the breeze with you guys for a bit. Um, yeah, I know you see the shirt here, Black Farmers. Yep, that's my shout outs to my pal Levi. Levi and his wife Amanda just had the luxury of catching that it was the workshop on Saturday. Um, it was awesome. Hydroponics workshop. I'm doing something in my I'm doing something myself in in my where in my well, not in my man cave, but because I got my own space where I'm at. I have my own space here, but then I have like another room where I got the whole display and everything like that. Um, I'll probably show you what it is I got going on. You know when I get the setup together on the phone, possibly. That way I standardize this creation with me wherever. So I'll be sure to show that. But in the meantime, that is my time. I am so grateful to be able to divulge this information, or give you some nuggets of wisdom to take along your way. Um, always know that you're blessed in the morning, and always be grateful and thankful. Keep God in the details of everything, and like and subscribe this channel if you like. It is the man. All the videos are up. Like I said, when I start getting more consistent with this thing and start building and start advancing much more, you'll understand why, why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, many people might not get your vision, but as long as you know what you're doing with it, and as long as you're doing it, that's all that matters. I'm signing off. Peace, love, and blessings to you all. And I'll catch you the next time. Take care.